afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, of hit innovating and amazing Propagandacast episode, a 1v1, on Crossroads in the north. It is Angreifen, fighting for the German army, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 12th SS Panzer Division. South, it is Curve 141, fighting for King Country, the Commonwealth, the 1st Canadian Infantry Division. Apologies about that. I'm also joined by my co-host, Basil the Cat, who's currently going to sleep on me. So he probably won't be saying much here during the match. Make me purr a bit. We got double section here for Kern. We got, by the way, Luftwaffe Ground Force, Elite Armored, and Firestorm with Triple Infantry versus Lend-Lease Assault, Tactical Support, and Royal Artillery with Double Infantry and Grenade Bulletins. Basil also says it would be most appreciated if you were to like, subscribe, and share, and press the bell button. That would make him very happy, and me, of course. And it would also be most appreciative if you were to pledge on Patreon or donate. Links in the description. Of course, he also tells me to be sure to thank our Patreon supporters for all their, great support of the Propagandacast in general. So thank you for that one, Basil. Sandbags up here on the eastern side. We got Folks moving westwards there. Angreifen's going in pretty aggressively here versus Kerr on the right flank, looking to disrupt his field push there. We'll have to see how Kerr reacts to this. Moves westwards there, leaving only one section in the east, maybe hoping to lure Angreifen into false sense of security, pushes hard west. All the way, good flexibility there by Kurt. We got Sam back going up, barbed wires are all there, wiring off the shrubbery. Mein Gott, so Tommies, ja, sie stehlen Shrubberies. Verdammten Tommies und their shrubbery stealing. When we win the war, we shall steal all of the shrubberies in England to make up for that. Anyway, Sturm Punch was the section here. University flying up with a curve 141, so a bit of a challenge there for any Oberkommandant player to deal with. We'll have to see that. Got a third Volksman on the way there. Up close to the Sturm Punch, it's a good chance for the section, causing a rout there for Kerr, who immediately retreats. They could have tried finding out the hoping RNG went his way, but obviously doing that tends not to work out particularly well long term. University almost down there for Kerr 141. No sign of doctrine here from either side. We'll have to see if there'll be any surprises here. I mean, Kerr for one, then Lisa Salt said it could be a bit of a helpful tool there. There's the Germans, but of course, have to see all this eastern point here. Bart White within the sandbags. And we got the University rolling out here for Kerr 141. We got Tech up there as well. So you can quickly lock the Vickers K there on the Universal Carrier. Digging in there west by the fuel point. Section holding back here, looking to maybe sort of hope the folks are going for the section by the fuel point, and then flank behind it and push it down, in which case he's ready to deal with them. A few options here. University pushing eastwards here, going to deal with this dastardly Hans, but over here Angreifen is dug in, his men resolute in the face of British firepower. And there goes skirmish in the south, west. We got Fulci charging at the section, needs support up here. Other section moving in to assist. He's got the fuel point now. Fulci charging in the section here, hoping to punish here Kerr before he can sort of get enough firepower down. And there goes section overtaken up with Fulci trying to bleed out here. University is also rushing in here. There we go, robbing his also equipping the Vickers K already here. Like Kevin following up if Angreifen, of course, deal with it. Troops out in the open, they're chanting at the other section now, but they're taking further casualty. Vickers case almost ready. They know he's staying in a distance just in case Angreifen is somehow rushing up Panzerfaust, I guess. Of course, he isn't, and there you go. With the Vickers K ready, the folks is now in a lot of trouble. They'll have to retreat soon. They're obviously trying to push the section off here, but looks like they're dying at a faster pace here than the British are. And there go down to just 2 men as the Vickers K just does incredible damage. At the same time, though, I'm going to make good progress here. He's going to look to flank up behind them again. There's the Universal Carrier with the Vickers K. The troops out there are going to be having a really bad time. Fourth section there for Kerr. Still no sign of Doctrine. Got trial on the way there for Angreifen and the German army. We'll have to see what it could be. Sturm has with the Universal Carrier. Heavy fire getting on them. Down to half health already. And casualties will likely soon begin to appear. And there you go. Down to 3 men. Close to veterans to 1, though. Close to veterans to 1. Also, my apologies if I do sound a bit off or just sneeze or cough. I'm having a bit of a cold, so just a slight heads up there. Sturm has into 2 men, very low on health there. Universal Care 5 kills already. Troops reinforcing, 4th section already. Guess we're not being seen that Lend-Lease assault here from Kerr. Assault section a bit something that could pressure down Angreifen, I suppose, but certainly not necessary. Royal Artillery, I guess, tactical support, then more likely choices here from Kerr 141. The British Army, the 1st Canadian Infantry Division. We got here Belgrove headquarters up there, though, for Angreifen, for the German Army, the Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier. So using the western points here. Volksman Westers level for Angreifen, no sign of doctrine yet. Probably not Firestorm then, since Most players just tend to go for the upper blitz, in which case they'll go for mechanized round. Of course, could go for the MP4s and the flamethrowers. I mean, they're quite good. Probably not, in which case it's more like Luftwaffe or elite armor. Both also quite solid doctrine, like Kevin in the sandbags, removing them. Jürgen, ja, couldn't we, like, I don't know, remove these with our hands? Nein, we can't. Strictly forbidden by the Canadians. Why is he dictating what we can and can't do? Don't ask questions, Jürgen. Fritz did that, and well, you don't see Fritz around anymore, do you? Medics on way the front, grabbing using these points here. Sandbags being dug in. Nothing further going on in the base of CoH2 of the 1st Canadian Division, which had many brutal fights with the 12th SS in Normandy. Neither side giving the other one much quarter or mercy. Sturmpanzers moving out there. Note the reason for the 12th SS name was the fact that primarily they were recruited from amongst the Hitler Jugend, hence the name. Also, another fun fact is that the division was partly based off, at least in terms of like the core elements, like forming the rest of them, was actually based from the 1st SS Panzer, and they gave up like a large cadre of officers and NCOs, and then sort of build the division around, which is actually a common German technique for building a division. They like, take a group of veteran officers and NCOs and such, and then use that to form a division around. Is a very common trick, since they can usually just help build up new recruits and give them sort of say a good core. So little fun fact in terms of organisation as well. Opening up the advancing folks going to be is here. No bowers. There's a bit of quiet here, but obviously Angreifen's not going to rush straight into the British, since it occurs in a good position. He can easily tear apart Angreifen's forces, in particular with the Vickers Gate backing up there. He might of course hope for Kerr to make the push, but at the same time Kerr, with as much knuckle he has, isn't particularly incentivized to like just blast himself at Angreifen either. We do have some assault going at the front, Angreifen further locking up Fire Storm, since otherwise he'd at least go for the MP40s here. So, like the other Luftwaffe ground forces, elite armored here from Angreifen. There you go, we got suppressive fire from the Universal Carrier. Section taking heavy damage here from the Sturm Gewehr 44, but there you go, suppressed here with the suppressing fire. Like Kevin moving about, Saps moving in there with the Sten guns. Fighting with the Western Fuel Point here, Sturm Hunt for the section up close. This could actually end up backfiring Kev due to the mine. And there you go, Kankadze grenade. Works out nicely. Allows the one Sturm Hunt to kill and quickly wipe out 2 of them. Thumbs up there to Angreifen. The concussive grenades are a really handy ability, to be honest. Both on Champagnes, but also saying, elite troop stocks and infantry. Section here, and we got mines up in the sandbags, well, right under Angreifen's nose. Almost feels like he's taunting Angreifen here, like, haha, take that, you foul Hun. One hand grenade off there, and incendiary grenade. Bit of pushback here. Like Kev up, decides just to fire Matt at the British. And there you go, he actually runs into the mine. Or not actually, I set off an incendiary grenade, never mind me. Mines, incendiary grenades can of course set off mines as well there. In fact, fire in general can, in fact, it's a common trick. If you have a general deal where mine is, you just use a flamethrower to set off. In fact, it was an incredibly common trick in Companies 1 in particular. But there you go, we got Luftwaffe ground force up here from Angreifen. 3rd Fallschirmjäger Regiment, providing support here for the 12th SS. Technically, the Waffen-SS also had its own Fallschirmjägers, but they were typically more special operations troops to a good deal of the time, and were also generally less common. Little fun fact there, though. But they did exist. Also, I'm not entirely sure how good they actually were in general. Just when you see a big push there for Kurt, probably going to happen up there. Could transfer in there. The American coming about. 8 kills already, half H52. The American is just such a powerful vehicle with the Vickers K on it. Again, being held forward there by Angreifen, using the Western Point here, sandbag down. Bolt sections up there, plus grenades here from Kerr. A nice little combination there. And if you know how to toss grenades or to bait your opponents retreating into a grenade, it can be really powerful indeed. So thumbs up there to Kerr. Thumbs up. Fighters was ready to ambush anyone there. It would probably have to hit the munitions for the bun grenade there. Section falling back there. Bit of back and forth here between Angreifen and Kerr so far. Fighters make us overwhelmed around. We also got some mines done here from Kerr, 1 for 1, but it's good. Trying to for Angreifen to go in the tech there for the Schwere Panzerhauptquartier. As for Kerr, no further sign of tech there, no additional light vehicles. Do get the Vickers machine gun up in there. Got Foot's flanking up again into the building now, abandoned by Kerr to get in between his forces and cause some significant damage. Thumbs up to Angreifen. Nice bit of opportunities from there. We also got a Raketman falling into the building. Very good. Truck out for Angreifen. We got a push for the car punch. Sturm was rushing in there though. And there you go, grenade here. The Mills bomb right at the Raketman as well. Gets in. Actually a surprising little amount of damage. Then again, not so much. Oh, nice attempt there. Though up here, though, we got another grenade. They do the Fulton Grenadiers. Sandbags in this case that absorb some of the damage. Truck races up in the cut-off point. Sappers versus Fulton Grenadiers. So far, the initial grenades from Kerr have not quite an impact, but obviously that can quickly change. There you go, folks, going to charge him. They've got the Vickers K moving up there from the Universal Care. There you go, Brandhand Grenade off. Heavy damage there. Brutal finding. There you go. Falcon pen from the building, of course. Without the Pantherfast, though they cannot Pantherfast, of course. In this case, the nerf paid off nicely there for Kerr. Section there taking some casualties from the nearby Fulton's heading over there. And so far, done very little damage to the Tommies. A fresh push on the west side, I think, what it is. Kerr there, go Vickers holding up here the advance from Angreifen. He's going for a light infantry gun in the lighter infantry Schutz. For some artillery support here, there's the Tommies, the Inselaffen. The British are. Back here in Kerr's base, we got nothing further going there, no tech immediately. He's got the AC though as a possibility, perhaps in case his opponent does go for mechanized regiment, but with no sign of that. Yes, in fact, yes, taking up there. Thumbs up. Some British players suddenly a bit slow and then sort of moving for medium armor, but Kerr here clearly is a man who knows what matters. Tanks. Back here, reinforcement healing. Back here, troops moving ahead there. Universal can bit and need repairs. And there you go, grenade into the bounce of the Steel Pioneers. Angreifen narrowly dodges it. Will he chuck a grenade of his own? Devising that him, no. Second just retreats. Kerr decides that's not worth good British lives. Line for gun there, firing away. Shot fired. Folks with the Steel Pioneers, or section versus Steel Pioneers. Tucked down there. You could go for a pretty fast Cromwell here versus Angreifen. You could also go for a fast Centaur. Bit more aggressive, but could also work out nicely. Meanwhile, Angreifen still some time from any armor, but he's going to have to go for it eventually. And of course, there's also option B, which is Kerr, basically goes for hammer anvil. Tactics tries to rush out, the even bigger tank here versus Angreifen in the end of the game. Though, of course, that might get Angreifen more time to get back to his feet, maybe push back against Kerr. So there are some considerations, of course, to be made as always when you do those things. So far, the bit of standoff, though Kerr, I think, is holding most of the map. We got a bit of incursion into the east, fights moving ahead here. Sappers, the only thing to really stop them. That's not going to be sufficient, I think, here for Kerr. Go focus with the sections. So also got the artillery barrage there ready, coordinated fire. Section up here, being flanked as well. The kid from the section there. And we got the Vickers. These men to bait them into the Vickers line of fire there. Good work by Kerr. Angreifen focusing in a bit of trouble. So far, they're going down around the section. These side have got a section up support here against the Falkenmakers. Now fully upgraded with more FT-42s, getting a total of 4. Back here we got the section of Steel Pioneers, screening it off again. Dodge, but pushing them out into the open here. They're going to take more damage from the Vickers K than the can so far. Kerr's getting a good chunk of the map here. Though again, Angreifen's rate of the fuel point has ensured that Kerr doesn't gain too much fuel either. At the moment, and no sign of any armor. They could go for the Cromwell or the Centaur right now here versus Angreifen. Angreifen Magmar is about 2 minutes away from the Panzer IV. So what will Kerr's decision be here? Will he go for some medium armor now? Or will he try and push for something a bit more on the premium end of the scale? Mine Seeker Lodge, we got in there, go laying down. Oh, actually, barbed wire. Obviously nice, the fights was in his spot to hide in. Of course, he could still mine the point. Still worth also noting no doctrine from Kerr 141 and the British Army. All 3 points control of the British of the 1st Canadian Infantry Division. We got the Vickers there on MD-34 for Angreifen. Also, fun fact about the Canadians and the British in Normandy. But even by Normandy, the British are actually starting to have significant manpower issues. They're all starting to have significant issues in shortage of officers, in particular junior officers, like lieutenants and such. And so, in Normandy, they actually had a lot of Canadians, the Canadians had a bunch of officers they could use, which actually confused the Germans to actually think they're up against the Americans in some cases when they're actually up against the British. So, little fun side note there. And it's also, I think, just one thing that tends not to get talked about a lot, but again, the British were, by the time of Normandy, beginning to have significant manpower, which is always why I find it a bit weird they actually have this bonus to section ability, when in reality that would probably strain the system even more. Steel Pioneers machine gun kept moving up here. Whoops. Section Vickers moving up here, looking for a counter push here for the centre against Angreifen and the German army. Machine sitting up there, we've got Steel moving up. But in theory, could Propagandacaster be able to do much good. More likely, the line's going to begin bombarding that. Still no doctor from Kerr. And he has gone for hammer tactics. We'll be seeing a comment here versus Angreifen and the Germans. The Escalation they're hosting away. Machine gun, just 2 men. We need to get there fast. The threat of artillery proving to be too much for this stout British machine gun team. And there goes pressed by the MD-34. Assault there's failing up. On the west side, he's going to try set to make a progress then. Sometime east side here. No artillery being called in. He does get a grenade off the Academy. Almost taken out here. Vickers pushed out just in case. Fighting up the flank. Needs to retreat that section soon before it gets annihilated. Other section coming up there. No artillery being chucked in. I think he should try and coordinate fire here on that. And looks like he's going to do that maybe. Yes, no, 9. Tallywhacker. Looks like the answer to that is no. I think you should do this all just deny Angreifen, like the position there's a machine gun nest against Kerr. West side he falls to the launch, counter take the flush out the remaining of 4 Kerr's forces on the west side. Very good. Line for gun with 1 kill, veterans 1 so far. Vickers K down the US gun, the US is veteran 3. He's not far from the Comet. The Angreifen's not far from the Panther. There goes for it. Of course, if he knew what was coming, he might be more tempted to go for the Panther instead, the Panzerkampfwagen 5, as that is slightly better situated as to challenge a Comet. Okay, we've got the eastern side here for Kerr. Okay, holding up. University I think it could do with some repairs. And back it's reinforcing. Still no sign of a doctor there from Kerr and for the 1st Canadian Infantry Division. Lands going there with veterans 1 still, 1 kill. Just going in the centre, clearing out obstacles. Very good. Moving up on the west side, could push for the fuel points there, maybe like to envelop the centre by launching a pinch attack. That could also work out. And he is going for the Comet there, so not far off from Angreifen and Panther, also indicating that Kerr's really been able to have some great map control there versus Angreifen. Got a bit of challenge there for Angreifen and Panther 4, since while it does have a nice chunk of armor versus the Comet, it's not going to be that great, plus the Comet also has plenty of armor and health compared to the Panther 4. So, bit of a challenge inbound, I think, for Angreifen. He's probably going to hope to get some good shock effect in him with the Panther first, maybe throw curve a bit before the Comet arrives. But there you go, first shot fired immediately. 2 men are snuffed out like candles in a storm. Big open and advancing force on the east side. They get Shumps will be held up in the University Carrier. And here in the west by the fuel pump, we got the Panzer form the fights most of the section. Going straight here for the section, aggressively moving in. They look to get a wipe here. And Kerr there retreating. Quite risky though, he could actually lost you in the unit there with the bit of battle out there from Angreifen. But we got the Comet out now. Should end at the tank commander, of course, for increased accuracy, but rolling ahead there with a 17-pounder gun, though they did call a 77-pounder gun to avoid logistical issues since it used slightly different ammunition from typical 17-pounder guns. So, little fun fact there. In the centre, we've got the section of the machine gun and the Fultgrenadiers. Tank commander ready, losing the eastern fuel point to Storm Pioneers. University could move to deal with that. Those are the kid nearby the map put a stop to that. Panther being rushed centrewards to assist the German infantry there against the British in there. Go, great hit from the Panther 4. Another 3 men just torn apart. Comet is on the move. 5, first shot though misses the mark spectacularly. Moving up there to fire away with the assembling the gun. There you go. Panther flanks the Comet. Great hit there. Catching Kerr off guard a bit, but there you go. 6-pounder lands straight down the Panther 4. Another hit from the Comet. This time actually pierces the Panther 4's armor. Actually lands a hit and does that. Another hit there from the Comet. First kill. Ken lands a nice hit on the east side. Here we got further fighting between Kerr and Angreifen. Kerr reclaiming his fuel point from those filthy Germans. Backhead reinforcing healing. Subs moved in as well. Nothing further going there in Kerr's space. We'll try and go for more Comets, for example, here versus Angreifen. And how will Angreifen respond to this further? Will he go for Yak Panthers? Will he go for Panthers? Or will he just go for more Panzer 4s and just, hope that does the trick? There's certainly a few chosen there to be taken by Angreifen in this path that could be taken. Mine goes off again by the sound of it from artillery. Still no sign of doctrine there from Kerr. Which was routed. UMS goes to the force on the west. Ground western point there. Comet good to go there for Kerr as well. We should see it. Shot fired. Punches right through the front door there, but does very little damage. Guess it maybe hit a sack of, I don't know, stuffed teddy bears that absorbed the blow. But of course, I'm sure it's leaving some bunch of orphans very sad that, you know, that teddy bears got destroyed. Just on the west side here, could push the western fuel upon a victory upon there. We got 298 on 427. Pen falls in the middle again. And looks like weapon racks are also available here for Kerr, increasing the firepower further in the sections. He's probably going to be one of the few British players that actually upgrades everything for the sections. Most tend to just go for either grenades or weapon racks, rarely both. I'm they're going for the Jagdpanzer. Ultimately, it's the Panzer IV-70, if we want to get accurate about it. Comet shoots, not the greatest hit there, but certainly threatening one nonetheless. Ground on the western fuel point there, victory point there, briefly rendered neutral. You got the Kevin ready for Angreifen. There goes shot fire from the Comet, gets one on the Kevin with a gun. His half-8 to veterans, one on the Kevin lands a return hit there on the Comet. East side and center, we got a push here by Kerr as well versus Angreifen. Angreifen is running with the fire, he's not paying attention, he's not paying attention. Grenade off, and that could be a wipe here. There go retreats the Fightmakers, but may just be too late to save them. Yep, too late there. He even tries to smoke bombs to save them, but it just ended up being too late there for Angreifen. So not even with them. The Fightmakers worked. He ended up wasting smoke munitions on it as well there. And there you go, Jagdpanzer IV, they equipped with the high velocity 75mm gun, same as used on the Panther in fact. Though typically they remove the muzzle brake on that one because it was too low to the ground, and with the muzzle brake on, it'd kick up so much dust it would give away the tank destroyer's position perfectly. Which is generally not what you want to be doing. Back here in Kerr's base, nothing further going on, still not on the doctrine. Focus on the fire here. 2 kills, half-8 to veterans, he won. Jagdpanzer thing it, Panther wing as well there. Great hit from the Jagdpanzer, pierces the Comet's armor. Vickers firing away there, half-8 to veteran 2. Jagdpanzer continues the pursuit, there you go, 6 shoots and misses. Panther on the left flank, looks like he's going to try and take out the University, finish it off in the threat. Oh, the Panther misses though. Very close to veterans 1, but not there either. Machine gun versus machine in the center, and Kerr's machine gun is losing out here to the Germans. In part due to being a building, but also the artillery support there, making it not really advisable for the machine to stick around. We've got more subs for Kerr to help repair stuff. Still no sign of a doctrine. I'm guessing he's going to go for another Comet at this stage. And he's going for a 6-pounder gun. Considering how close these are to the Comet, it may be he's planning something else, at which point the only thing that makes sense is actually tactical support for a Crocodile. So that way, force some heavier armor here against Angreifen's actually going for a truck now. So, Neckenar's ready helps us to help repair with armor, but could also maybe indicate he's actually going to try and stall for a King Tiger next. Let's say with the Panzer IV and Yak Tiger plus 2 Kettenwerfers, trying to stall out for a King Tiger wouldn't be entirely infeasible, though still somewhat risky. We got Orbs on those of Angreifen, thumbs up, some more elite infantry to replace the Fallschirmjägers. Another 6-pounder gun, almost done for Kerr. Mines up here from Angreifen. Angreifen another acting one, they control most of the map here, unlike Kerr's been it for like so far a good chunk of the map as well. Bit quiet here. Fun fact, the Jagdpanzer was actually initially an assault gun, but thing is, when Hans Guderian was general inspector for like the Panzers, I can't remember the title, but you know, basically he was in charge of stuff like tanks in the organization, all that. He couldn't control the Stug, so what he did was actually hijack as many assault gun programs after that and have them redesignated as tank destroyers. Simply so he could actually control them and hand them out like what he wanted to do. Little fun fact there, intends all to be some of the things that doesn't get discussed as much. Jagdpanzer was actually one of those projects. Plentiful fun from the Comet. We got Pierce up there and some of Kerr's sappers as well. Bren gun on the outs, the advancing Comet. Yeah, it definitely seems like he's actually going for tactical support for the Vanguard Operation Crocodile. 6-point gun dodging with artillery. And of course, worth noting that Kerr has no artillery, whereas Angreifen does have a lot of infantry guns, so he does have a slight advantage there against Kerr. And technically, there is of course the coordinated fire stuff, and there you go. 25-minute mark. We do get tactical support here for Kerr and the British Army. Opening up for field recovery sappers, command vehicles, air resupply operations. Crocodiles, of course, the forward observation post. Of course, almost taken out here, coming pushed back. Veterans 1 though. Veteran 2, there 3 kills on the light infantry Geschütz. Obviously getting the young G34, closing down some of the sections. Another kill there on the nearby section. Car moving up, they're bouncing shots like they're nothing. I say, are the Germans trying to go lot? The good lot, those are going through, those are going through. Time not to be arrogant, let's get out of here before, you know, we lose our tea. Jagdpanzer, there goes straight to the 6-pound gun, which pierces the 80mm sloped armor of the Jagdpanzer. Another hit there, easily punching through, leaving it with a quarter of health left. Section almost taken out here by the Panther 4 though. 12 kills, close to 2 in the section. We got center, we got until called in the machine like Keddenaffer. Line for gun. Actually, probably wants to get to a safer position in. In fact, Kerr might not be better off, worse off, I think, trying to steal and turn against Angreifen. There you go, Churchill Crocodile out. Section around it. Worth noting, this is not an entirely accurate model, since actually they have a small trailer with fuel for the flamethrower trailing behind it. Little fun fact. But obviously that'd be incredibly difficult to model properly, so they obviously did away with it. Just a small note there. Car moving up, they're shooting, missing, got folks settling up here. Coming opening up, they're missing the Jagdpanzer. The Jagdpanzer's getting veterans 1 in the meanwhile. Coming up, we could actually clear out the line for gun here. Nice shot in there, girl. One shot, one wipe. Mine spotted. We've got the folks coming up here, turning around there to deal with the advancing German infantry. Shot misses. Close to 52 that already. Sappers being in from the north because they're being flanked here by the German assault. Could top bun grenade the advancing Sappers. Panzerfaust off on the. Oh, he pops an incendiary grenade. Guess that might have misclicked there by Angreifen. Of some sort. Crocodile meanwhile doing some damage here on the west side. 3 kills there. 9 kills on the Comet. 10 kills and not far off from Metri 2. Turning away there at the Germans. Taking fire there. Oh, getting focused down. He obviously is quite tough, but if it gets focused down like that, and you call it air support, he loses the Panther 4 though, but he does get the Crocodile. It should roughly be worth it here for Angreifen though. I don't think he can afford losing much more. There you go, Crocodile down. Going for the Jagdpanzer here. He loses that as well. That would be pretty bad for Angreifen. Go lose the Jagdpanzer as well. There's still the Comet. You guys pull the rain down here, turning the Comet down to half health. But even then, that was not a great trait there for Angreifen. That was not great at all. Like a Panzer 4 and a Jagdpanzer, plus a few sort of other things for a Crocodile. Meanwhile, his opponent still has the Comet. Not entirely sure what Angreifen is planning next. I mean, Panther could be an idea here. More Panther 4s, I guess. I guess the King Tiger would still be in the plans, but I'd say that'd be incredibly risky here. Angreifen not trying to go for the King Tiger under current circumstances. But it's an option. But just because something is an option doesn't mean you should go for it. Still, he did do some damage there to Kerr's infantry, but even then, Angreifen's going to be in for a rough ride here once the Comet is back in action. Vetchi 2 already not far off from Vetchi 3, at which point he gets to just chuck grenades at the enemy. In fun fact, most tank crews did have some weapons inside, plus grenades, to sort of help with self-defense. And chucking grenades from inside the tank was actually not an uncommon tactic. In fact, the Germans would need to do the same stuff on the Eastern Front. In fact, there's a case of the Stuges who got caught behind enemy lines with the Stug, and the surge pages couldn't tell. In fact, it's not a common thing for not being able to tell tanks apart. They thought it was one of theirs, and then was in the midst of all the Third Infantry. the commander would just begin chucking out grenades from inside the Stug at all the surrounding Soviet infantry before then blazing away at the Stug, getting back to German lines. So yeah, chucking grenades from inside the tank, you know, totally hadn't. They would also typically have some close quarters weapons. Additionally, German tanks had this element where they could actually take out the hull machine gun and then sort of attach it to some other elements that actually could use it as a light machine gun if they were forced to abandon the tank. Little fun fact there as well. Little fun fact. Moving up here, pushing back Angreifen. Very much at this point, he's increasingly looking like he's going for the King Tiger. The Königssieger, the Tiger 2. As for Kurhardt, what he's planning next, maybe another Comet, maybe another Crocodile, maybe Fireflies, hits a mine there, a few section blown apart. Good lord, I say that's not cricket. No, Terence, those are mines. Oh, well, I never quite understood cricket anyways. Moving up here towards the centre. Nothing going to incur space. Of course, he'd also try and use the air resupply operation. He does believe giving him a mortar, which again would give him some artillery support if he was Angreifen. Bit of a miss there, to be honest, Mike. Plus the 6-pellet gun isn't like half bad either. Oh, we're making a good push for the Western fuel there. It's going to slow down Angreifen's plan towards a possible King Tiger. Section missiles full coming here, see. Can't falling back, 13 kills, half fleet to veteran fleet. Forward with the section. Pushing westwards here. Baker stepping flanked by a nice orbital push here under Angreifen's command. And there we go, they get Balteladnung. Oh well, cancel it. Gets a few nice kills. We've got 12 kills, veteran 2 back here, reinforcing healing. Königssieger is slowly approaching, of course, from north. The way he's taking it also makes it easy to, like, you know, catch some of Kur's troops and retreat and, you know, wipe them. So, nice work there by Angreifen. Section is the orbital down. The orbital taking damage. We've got artillery raining down here from the light infantry Geschütz, and of course, Kur still doesn't really have any artillery support. Again, I'd argue yes, at least some choices to get it going. Comet bar there on the prowl once more against the Germans. Section routed. 14 kills. Yeah, at this point, he could have gone for a Panther, but he's not going, so he's definitely saving up for the King Tiger here. And he's not far off at this point. Roughly a minute away, you could call him the King Tiger, the Tiger 2, or the Tiger B. It actually had a lot of names. Additionally, while you'd think the King Tiger was actually like, you know, considered separately model, you know, separate Panzer, like, you know, say a Panzer 7, it was actually considered a sub-model of the Tiger, and hence it is called the Tiger 2 or Tiger B. Just to signify it's like a slightly different model, and around it's just like an entirely different tank in most ways. It's a little fun fact there as well.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Comet good to go again. I think at this point it's time to look. He's going to try and set up for another Crocodile. The versus a King Tiger. He may want Fireflies or another Comet rather than a Crocodile to deal with that. Which of course I have to see. Where the Angreifen's been holding on decently against the Comet. In this regard, Kur's been struggling to get more going with it again. I feel like, you know, either just on the light gun or, you know, golden area resupply operation for a mortar. I think it would have been a better chance to maybe finish off the match before, you know, things hit the King Tiger stage. Wreckage of numerous tanks easily forming up. Van Gardine assault here against Kur. And there you go, machine caught in pretty bad spots, getting hosed down. Nice work down, punishing Kur there. Coming on the flank here. There we go, grabbing the Vickers machine gun under Kur's nose. Might pop, you know, blend cover grenade to cover the retreat here, possibly. Okay, moving up there. Coming in as well, close to thin there. Go up on the force charge to get the section. 6 about to get wiped out here. Oh dear, could see a wipe against Kur. Comet taking a lot of damage, almost knocked out here. And got to now go for the King Tiger. He's can very soon. But he should. There we go. Tiger 2 called in. Kur not far from the Crocodile, but it is going to fall a bit apart here in the face of the mighty Königssieger. Landgun being hosed down in the sections. They're about to soon face something much more threatening here. You should, of course, add the panel-mounted MD-42, and there we go. So how will Kur react once he sees the King Tiger? Because at this point, he should be able to hear it. The King Tiger has a very distinct sound, and you can actually hear from some, you know, distance in the game. And you know it's a King Tiger when you hear it. It's not like, you know, that sounds like an ice cream truck. I mean, no, unless you really lived in a weird neighborhood. You're not going to think that. There you go, pin up machine ready in the Tiger 2. Season Eastern Point here. Fixing the Comet. So of course he should be by now be more than aware of the King Tiger. So how would he respond to this? I mean again, Fireflies are more competent with the right response. Crocodile in theory can work out, but I would say it's a lot more risky. But not impossible. Section under fire, east side here. Grenade over against the section, try to retreat. Dot avoids that. Good luck there for Kurt. Less for Angreifen. Had he timed the grenade a bit better, he probably could have gotten the damage in. But then again, timing like grenades, like getting a unit wiped as the retreat, these hits units to retreat is very tricky stuff there. And even the best ones don't always like manage to like nail it properly. Comet blazing forward eastwards there. Engine backfiring a bit. Clearing out sandbags. But he's going for the Crocodile versus the King Tiger. I mean, he can be used to clear out all the supporting infantry and supporting particular kidnappers, which may be why he's still going to go for it. He just wants those kidnappers gone. No, he's actually hiding them out here. Racing up with the Comet. Very, very close to the Veterinary Fleet. The kidnappers up there. Shots missing or bouncing. Ooh, got a full squad. They're wiped. Bit of loss there for Angreifen in the German army. Deutschland. Koenigsegg advancing here with its 88mm high velocity gun. 6 gun shoots, fails to hit the King Tiger, and there you go, Crocodile number 2 called in for Kerr and for the British Army. 6 guns are being pushed back. Here's the King Tiger support infantry push in, and there you go, firing off a smoke shell there. You can actually find white phosphorus, that made it harder for Angreifen to pursue. 6 guns are being slowly pushed out, and there you go, Crocodile the movie could try and flank behind Angreifen, I guess. Looks like he was planning here.
We're losing a capture point.
199 versus 311 here. The fight continues. Neither side giving the other much ground, if possible. I mean, obviously for Kurt there's not much choice there, but soon. In fact, he actually technically has a larger force here than Angreifen, but he doesn't seem to be quite like, leveraging it particularly well. Blend cover this time around to cover here. Nice work. Can't shoot you if they can't see you. With guns anyways, but artillery opposite works. And there go Crocodile moving in there, burning the Obersladen up there, and forcing them to retreat. Commodore move again. Second right here in the west on the focus on the King Tiger, the Tiger 2. Don't check the machine gun here. Still some time away there from the ace level. Crocodile up through the centre. Of course, need to be careful of those kidnappers about. And of course, the King Tiger. More Sturmpionier here for Angreifen. Did lose one squad. Very good there. He's going to help with repairing his King Tiger, which is going to be a big priority of Angreifen. Some players are less great at fixing up the heavy armor, which tend to be pretty bad. And there you go, Crocodile versus King Tiger. King Tiger lands the first striking blow there with his 88mm high velocity gun. Shot bounce to the 6 gun. Second shot bounces as well. White phosphorus here. Moving heavy with it. Shoots almost hits the King, but not quite. Crocodile moving in again. King Tiger falling back, giving distance here to the advancing British forces. Good hit by the King Tiger and the Crocodile. 6 gun fails to, actually what got something through the armor, they're not entirely sure what. Also was the Sappers here. King Tiger, Comet, anti-tank and falling back here, all the side of the Comet as well. Crocodile. King Tiger falling back. West side, we got the photographs of the section. Heavy fighting, ruthless fighting, brutal fighting. Well, more like light fighting, I guess. Crocodile falling back, smoke shooting off here from the light in front, take your shots. Thumbs up, the tank open. Coming up and moving the victory point there. Orbital net Veterancy 4. King Tiger to go once more. I'd love to see what Kerr goes for next. He doesn't, I think, quite have the population act to go for anything else. I'd suggest, a Firefly here. Moving up west side of the focus in this section, being forced to fall back here. King Tiger moving up, shoots and obliterates some poor bastard. Troops advancing on the centre. Comet still very, very close to the ace level, but still isn't quite there. Shot misses again. King Tiger move up there. There we go. Several nice hits to the Commodore. I'm saying there we go. Quick blitz or emergency war speed there. Getting to safety. The Kevin opening up here on the Crocodile. Crocodile trying to burn out like Kevin before it takes too much damage. West side, the British advancing from the King Tiger seems rather foolhardy there by Kerr. McKenna have routed. Crocodile down to half health machine. They're being hosted out here though by the section of the Bren guns. Forcing retreat. They've got 199, there's 278. Lots of back and forth here, but no decisive pushes or engagement here so far between either side. Neither side seemingly really willing to commit in the end. I still think Kerr would benefit from an air resupply operation just to get a mortar out here. I'm not actually try and set up for a 17-pounder gun. Try and bait the King Tiger into and then just try and take it up really fast. Common there, finally getting the ace level. King Tiger lands a great hit there. 6-pounder gun shoots, penetrates the King Tiger's frontal armor. 11 kills, half HP 2 and using spearhead mode. Very good. Thumbs up there to Angreifen. Bit of an overlooked ability at times. Ken was on the march here for Angreifen and the 12th SS. Full swimming about here. Obviously moving for the centre. Halfway to the ace level, but they could find themselves taken care of before the Hams. There go, air support called in here. Airborne assault against Kerr's position. Bomb grenade, they'll be taking this section. Obviously, they'll be taken up, but the King Tigers won the process. Steel Pani's almost finishing them off here. Falcon in there trying to get a wipe in that section and gets the wipe here. Kerr lost the section. King Tiger advanced back to the kid from the Sturmpioneer. And of course, the Luftwaffe. Section can't easily join in, they use the presence of the King Tiger. Armored can't easily on. There you go, section in front of the Königstiger, penetrating hit there. Shot bounces number 2 there. More shots there fired. Crocodile holding back. Comet being repaired further down south here. Kerr, I think, needs to come up with some new tactics here versus Angreifen. Current set is clear into #2, but Angreifen means if Coach just keeps at it, he could certainly risk losing. As he's just not going to make much progress with that.
A capture point is being overrun.
Machine gun on fire here from the Crocodile. That's going to be a quick kill there if he's not quick enough to retreat. The Ken opens up, penetrating the Crocodile's frontal armor. Another hit for Ken from the Crocodile. Section movement hitting King Tiger firing away there, close to Betsy 2 there, increased accuracy. There we go, 16 kills in the name of Das Vaterland. Another series of hits there. Very, very close. Another 2 6-pounder going to be cleared up with the Ace Orbison. 28 kills, 29 kills. Cromwell to the rescue here for the increasingly weakening Canadian front line versus the Germans. Panther on the way there for Angreifen. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. That's going to spell, I think, more problems there for Kerr. And his armour. We'll have to see what he goes for, but he could definitely find himself forced to have to go for a Firefly to deal with that, or another Comet, but he needs to save up the manpower. He has the fuel for either of those two, but he does not have the manpower. King Tiger being fixed up. And either way, once the Panther arrives and is still backed up by Tula Kednev, it's going to be a bit of a challenge here for Kerr to make any progress. He needs to try and outmaneuver. And I'm going to step for Cromwell. Interesting pick there. Interesting pick. Veterans won the Crocodile. We got 199 versus 232. Panther almost done there for Angreifen. King Tiger very, very close to being ready. Again. And it's also very, very close to Veteran 2. Crocodile advancing up here. Opening up my Kedron, both ambushing in the Crocodile, causing significant damage. Folks appearing here out on the flank with the Panther. That's great work there. Panther arriving. Sappers moving up support here. King Tiger moving forward to the Kedron moving as well there. No, King Tiger's not. Oh, it is moving for it. Comet moving in to race to maybe save the day here. Cromwell almost done. Smoke through down here by the Comet. Good response by Kerr, but will it matter? The Kedron's opening up. This section wiped out. Angreifen is on the warpath now. King Tiger continues to advance. Panther moving up here as well to support the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Shoots here. Hits the shed instead of the section behind the shed. 6-pounder gun shoots. Section around it. Panther moving up. Cromwell versus jump on is in the west, but probably not where they quite need him on the tank. Unless, of course, I mean, with enough support, he could do something like get up behind him, catch some of Angreifen's more vulnerable units, sort of in a vice, and then once he starts reacting to the Cromwell in the rear, he could then maybe push with the other armor from the front, and maybe that way causing some grief here to Angreifen. But the question if he can sort of pull that together off or what he does. King Tiger finally gave it 2-2. Panther has a machine gun ready. On top, troops are reinforcing healing. Great hit here by the 6-pounder gun on the King Tiger. 199 versus 172. Kerr's position is looking increasingly desperate. Moving westwards there. Panther being fixed up. And go Crocodile up east. The machine push back. Still got the captain. They got the Comet engaging in the troops on the flank. 25 kills. Nice kill turn angle. Captain up with the good active flank with the Comet taking up possibly. He's fast enough to deal with it. There you go. Support called in again here by Angreifen. To further one more breakers from this. There you go. White phosphorus shell on the cannon. Forcing that one. Needs to retreat. Grenade off here. Troops dying in the open. There you go. Sapper's almost annihilated. Archie with the landing gun. Kerr's troops are bleeding out. His tanks are either passive being pushed back as well here. Angreifen moves ahead once more with the King Tiger and the Panther. It's small yet highly powerful tank element there. Another Cromwell for Kerr, going for 4 tanks. Commenting hits from the Panther. King Tiger would also like to get a hit here soon enough. There you go, great hit from the King Tiger. Pushing the Cromwell down to half health. King Tiger bounces a shot there from the 6-pounder gun, back in Kerr's base. He's got 2 sections of sap and the 6-pounder gun alongside his armour. He's got the Western victory point. Small win there for Kerr, I guess, but encounters a bit of an issue there with the Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier. 199 versus 136. Angreifen here looking the strongest, but Kerr I think still has the forces that could allow him with some sharp tactics to turn this around. That is, if he can pull it off. My apologies there. There go Cromwell's lining up for something. Section as the King Tiger up close. That's not going to go for the section. They're going to have to retreat here before they get executed. Cromwell's on the move here. Looks like it's going to make a push here for the King Tiger here. Make use of flanking attacks. Draw attention. There you go. Gammon bomb. And the King Tiger drives over. Takes a nasty hit there. Cromwell taking a lot of damage. Cromwell moving in here with the Comet from the sub. There go one Cromwell down. Crocodile. The Cromwell there go. Both Cromwells down though. Got focused down here hard. Comet charging in like a little blazing celestial object. Almost got the Panther there, but the Comet's almost done as well there. Cromwell moving ahead to King Tiger down to half health. We got Blitz and emergency war speed. There you go. Panther down, King Tiger down to less than half health. Comet down, only the Crocodile left. 6-pounder going to bring up the troops taking heavy casualties. Kerr is throwing it all in here in an attempt to take out the King Tiger. Shot failed to hit that from the 6-pounder gun. Comet almost down. Fox being murdered out in the open here. Almost got the King Tiger. Got 199 versus 98. Crocodile down to the King Tiger. 6-pounder gun about to get knocked down on that. Kerr has next to nothing left here. The Angreifen also suffered heavily during this attack. Like, it almost paid off there for Kerr, to be honest. It just had been slightly, I think, better timed and executed. I think he might have been able to pull it off here. But and then there was some issue of a current particular fix. You should have gone for an area supply operation at some point instead of going for the second 6-pounder gun, use that, and then going for a mortar as well. I think that gave them the tools to maybe deal with Angreifen. And then there, a nice intense fight. He getting some rarely seen units like the King Tiger, which don't tend to see a lot of uses. When they do, it typically tends to involve the German player losing. So a bit of a winning scenario for the King Tiger for once there. But I hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family. Don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again for a nice episode.